What made you reach out to why Compassion Alliance?
The biggest thing is EMS isn't covered under Craig Tiger. And so I was kind of between a rock and a hard spot, because for me financially, I didn't want to have another burden to worry about, and so I put myself in a spot where I reached a point where I need help, but I was still a little bit inside of me was saying, you can't afford it, and just hearing these things about, it's not worth the money, and just playing these good versus evil games. You got the parrot on one shoulder. And I actually had a battalion chief that recently retired that caught wind of what I was going through, and she called me into her office, which is never a good thing when you get called in the chief's office, and so I voluntarily went in there and just opened up about what I was going through with her, and shared the frustrations and where I was at. And she said, you know what, I have somebody for you. And I looked at her and I said, oh great, another stupid resource. And she goes, no, this one is good. You'll like them. They'll get you the help. And I said, I'm going to take your word for it, and I'm going to call them tomorrow. And she said, okay. And I walked out of her office and was still feeling unsure. And I got off shift the next morning, and I put an inquiry in on the Compassion Alliance website, thinking, hey, here I go, just put it in there and hope for the best. And if they answer, great. If they don't, I guess I'm just gonna suffer in silence. And 20 minutes later, Tony called me, and I felt a sense of peace come over me as Tony just said those words, I got you. And when I heard those words from Tony, I knew they were genuine, and I didn't know Tony from Adam. And I talked for 45 minutes with Tony, and he kept reassuring me, I got you. We're gonna get you the help. We're invested in you. You have my word. And we started the process with Compassion Alliance.